Live from the Blitzkrieg Studio.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another beautiful episode of the Sideline Podcast, episode 37. I am your co-host, Adam Flores, joined by my host today, Christopher Marquez.
Yo. What's
What
good?
up?
How are we feeling?
We got a new host on today's episode, everybody. Chris is going to be hosting today's.
I'm not new.
No, you're not.
There's nothing new about me, you know.
But I feel like it's because obviously we talk about the same stuff. Like, you know, we flow with each other, but typically I'll be writing most of the stuff and then you follow along. And now it's going to be vice versa today. You wrote everything and I'm going to be following along.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like I haven't done this before.
Right.
You know
You're not new to the game.
It's not like I don't know.
Foreign.
Yeah, it's a very it's something that I'm very used to. You know what I mean? And it was kind of nice actually. You know, getting down some show notes. You know, haven't done that in 3 years maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, fucking episode 37, Sideline Podcast. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and also let Adam know what you guys think about his ridiculous choice of clothing today. And all of a sudden, the boy's a Cowboy fan. Like, what's up with that, bro?
Okay,
Like,
relax.
I can't even, dude, I don't even,
What, you don't like the hat? I mean, I'm a big camo guy.
I'm not going to even go there. And, let's all pretend that I didn't say anything.
All right. That's fine.
For the sake of the show, we're not going to get into that today, okay? We're going to talk a little bit of football, but we're going to talk some NBA, maybe even some Winter Olympics. I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Did
You
you even know the Olympics are on right now?
Kind of. Just a little bit.
Dude.
I see highlights on Instagram, you know? I don't really
That
go
must
out of
be
my way to
the
look
most
for it, though.
underwhelming thing to do is to be an Olympian during
For
the Winter
winter.
Olympics.
Yeah, that's so.
Nobody even knows what you're doing.
No, I couldn't name more than three.
They're like, are you guys
events.
just on vacation in Milan or what? And they're like, no, dude, we're competing at
competing.
the highest level of our sports.
Did you see that they ran
Respectively.
through 10,000 condoms in 3 days?
Yeah, but what does that mean?
Well, they're getting down and dirty with it. 10,000 condoms were used in 3 days in the Winter Olympics.
But how do they find that out? They just, oh, guys, 10,000 condoms are gone?
Yeah, basically. Because
don't know.
every year, well, not every year, just recently they started doing it because it was basically forbidden to have sex during the Olympics.
Who said that?
It was like a rule. You could not
Can't have sex while you're there?
Yeah, it was a rule. You can't have
No
intercourse
wonder we don't know about the Olympics, bro.
with other Olympians. It was a big no-no.
Yeah, but you could take your wife, right? And fucking
I mean,
smash
yeah,
out.
that's different. But other Olympians, amongst other Olympians.
Why? Because then you'd show them
you create a super Olympian.
Well, no, they're not even worried about that. I'm sure they're worried about how it affects the competitiveness.
Yeah, I guess so. But
I'm gonna really fuck this guy up like he slept with my girl,
and I'm gonna really fuck that guy.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. That's crazy. But,
Yeah, it is weird. But they,
but like I said, how do you even how do you even find out 10,000 condoms have been used? What if they're just
just take them for later.
What if they're what if they were recalled? You know,
they weren't.
Well, I'm just saying. How do we know this?
Because they put them out. They put out 10,000 condoms for these Olympians to use.
So you mean
and then they were
sex
all
was
gone.
had 10,000 times?
I guess so. Yeah, in 3 days.
That's a lot of sex.
That's
Bro, is that even possible?
I mean, okay, let's say
Well,
you
I
have
guess you
sex,
have 1,000. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to do the math. How many Olympians are there?
I don't know.
There's not 5,000 Olympians.
Are you sure?
No, dude. Not at one. Over time, yes, but not at one game. I could be wrong.
I mean,
I could be shamefully wrong here.
You could be using 2 condoms.
But what about the ones that
one
weren't
session,
using
though?
condoms?
Huh?
What about the Olympians that weren't using condoms? I'm sure not all of them are oh yeah, wrap it up.
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, great way to start the episode, dude.
Awesome way to start the
I was just talking about the Olympics, and I'm really into national team sports and things like that. And Adam wants to hit you with 10,000 condoms.
I mean, hey man, sex is great.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Okay, so this Sunday, right? Very, very special Sunday for some folks. Very
I don't know about special.
lackluster Sunday for
that's
others.
That's a better word.
This is what we call the first Sunday with no football.
It's like awake almost, everybody's
Awake?
Yeah.
Someone died?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's nobody really knows what to do. Nobody really knows what to say to each other. It's you can't say oh my God, I'm so sorry football season's over. But you also can't say I'm happy football season's over, So it's kind of just
I mean, it was kind of a nice pace. Oh, I don't have to set a fantasy lineup. Or I don't have to fucking watch Red Zone for 8 straight hours.
My life just feels
know what I
incomplete
mean?
without football.
Well, okay, but that's more of a you problem, dude. That's like you,
okay.
not like I mean, that's actually, it makes me sad for you to say that.
No, I'm not.
You know what I mean? No, but it makes me sad.
Well, that's
like
okay.
that you think your life is just so meaningless now. Like I want you to know, Adam, you have purpose.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, and if nobody else is ever going to tell you that, I will.
What's that purpose?
I don't know. You got to figure that out. All I know is you have it. I don't know what you're going to do with it, or
I don't know either.
You know what I mean? But
yeah.
So I don't know. It was funny because I was with my friend Aaron, and like we went to the dispensary, and then we were like, "What are we going to do, dude? Like we have no football." So we actually went to play basketball. So maybe in a good way, like, you know, it was like, maybe it was good that there was no football.
Are you like Draymond out there?
Nah, dude, I'm fucking Steph with it. You know what I mean? Really? Yeah, just the Mexican version.
You're wet with it or what?
Dude, I'm not going to say anything. I let my game speak for me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to come over here and toot my horn, you know? Yeah. But all I'm going to say is when I shoot, they yell shooter. So that's it. What's up?
They yell active shooter?
No. Dude, god damn it, dude. That's a very sensitive. They just had an active shooter like in Canada like 3 days ago. Oh shit, yeah, really? But of course, you want to just joke about everything, which is kind of messed up. You have a social responsibility, Adam. You have a podcast. You can't be making light of things like that.
Says who?
Says me. Says YouTube. Says Google. Everyone, the world.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like your own platform. You know, you can do.
I know, but
whatever you want.
You're not going to condone active shooting.
Well, it's not like I'm pointing a gun right at you.
But no,
it's like a compliment. It's like, oh no, Chris walked in the building, active shooter.
No, dude, like all I said was when I shoot, they yell shooter. And if you know ball, you know ball. If not, I don't have to explain that to you. But you know. What did you like? How did you replace your football?
I haven't yet.
You did it?
No, you know
you
what?
did nothing on Sunday.
No, I.
Okay, so how did you replace it? You did something.
I watched the Pebble Beach tournament.
I watched the rerun of the Super Bowl.
I did do that. But not on Sunday. Not on Sunday.
God,
I watched the Pebble Beach tournament. Shout out Colin Morikawa.
Is that what PGA?
PGA, yeah.
True.
Colin Morikawa took home the championship. 22 under he shot for the weekend. It was a good weekend.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah. Scheffler had a great back half of the back nine. He was the first player in PGA Tour history to have like 5 birdies in one round or 4 birdies in one round, whatever it was, something like that.
True.
Yeah.
So you just all of a sudden are like the biggest. You buy PGA for Xbox, and now you're the biggest fucking PGA fan out there.
Suddenly, man,
That's crazy how that works.
I had to replace my football hole with something. Yeah.
And you chose of all things the PGA.
Hey, man,
bro, but that's crazy because that's like
that shit gets down.
I know, but it's the two like
polar opposites.
Yeah, it's the two like spectrums. Like
yeah, it's like football's like, oh, go hit that guy and go murk him on the field, and then
well,
golf
not only
is
that,
like,
it's like high flying, it's intense, it's
right?
Like very like competitive in a way where these guys you can hear them like talking shit to each other, and then on the other spectrum you have golf where nobody can talk at any point. Like it's literally against the rules.
You know what they should do? They should do like a fast-paced golf tournament, almost like okay. So have you ever played like knockout with basketball?
Yes.
Okay, they should do knockout, but golf. So it's like you got 3 people, and
yeah, but that's
like,
dangerous though because somebody's gonna get hit.
No, but they tee off at the same time.
I know, but eventually, like you're gonna be hitting like in front of the other person.
I mean, if you get hit, you get hit.
I guess, right?
That's
why you
problem.
like football. Look,
yeah, exactly.
The football comes out right away. If you get hit, you get hit.
Fuck it. I mean, that's what you signed up for, you know?
No, golf's cool. It's just like
it's slow.
I feel like people who have never played golf are never gonna be fans of golf. Does that make sense?
That's fair, yeah.
Like I've never played it, but like I grew up around people that play it, right. and I own the Tiger Woods like Nintendo 64 game or whatever game it was that was like popping. So like you
Nintendo 64,
like you end up like learning fucking how golf works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's it's kind of crazy because you think more people would be into it, but I guess also when I was growing up, that's when Tiger was in his heyday. Prime. So that made the sport of golf bigger than it's ever been, and it's probably never ever going to get back to that like level, but. It's really interesting because, some people love golf and then some people don't give a fuck about it, you know?
Yeah, they really don't. I was explaining to one of my coworkers and they were like, ew, like you watch golf? And I'm like, honestly, I just started watching it, but I'm not going to lie. I watched this tournament yesterday, actually.
Right.
That tournament was insane. The back end of it was crazy. Yeah. Scheffler had a great day.
Well, speaking of things that nobody watched, the NBA All-Star Weekend was this weekend. But before we get into that.
Who?
Tyreek Hill.
Dude.
All of a sudden this morning, we all wake up
this.
this morning, right? And we're like, okay, we're over it. Like, no football for a while. And bang, Adam Schefter.
Bam.
You know, if you follow Adam Schefter, like as soon as you see his name coming up your timeline, you're like, oh, fuck.
You're like, oh my God.
Oh, fuck.
Not my star player.
Yeah, dude, something. What happened? You know what I mean? Like you're just scrolling and you start seeing his name come up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there he is. And then today it's Tyreek Hill.
Well, there was another player that was released by the Dolphins.
Who else?
You see that? Bradley Chubb, their linebacker.
But I mean, I don't know. I feel like they knew they were going to get rid of him this offseason.
Yeah.
But Tyreek, they weren't supposed. Well, I guess it depends. Right?
I think the only problem
maybe they already knew. They were like, yeah, dude, we're over this guy.
The only problem is you get nothing in return for him. That's the problem. And you could have, even if it was like a 5th rounder.
I know, but
it's something.
Like that just goes to show that they just want him gone at the earliest possible time. No matter what it costs, no matter what it looks like, no matter if they get nothing, because if you think about it, they actually traded for him, right?
They did.
So they gave up assets to get him,
and they
then they get rid of him for no assets, but they actually are still probably on the hook for some of his money.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? That's crazy. So that shows you like, is he that bad of a person? Like that I don't know if he's a bad person, but it could just be that like. He's probably not the most enjoyable guy to be around.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean, and this is kind of evident.
He's had multiple allegations of assault on him before.
Right, but I mean, that's his personal life. So like, let's
but I mean, like,
obviously
you said,
that plays into your decision as a management, right?
Right.
But like, as far as him in the locker room with his teammates, like even they are probably like, dude, this isn't our guy. You know?
This isn't our guy.
Like this, yeah, you know what I mean? Because like, dude, you see teams that like, when the teams are playing for each other and when they're not.
Yeah, I mean, he had a really good year with Tua. He had I think it was like a 17 or 1,800 yard season. It was great. That was the year that Tua led the league in passing completion and passing yards. Or completion percentage and passing yards, and we really haven't seen anything out of him after that. And then he goes and dislocates his knee, tears his, I think it's ACL and LCL is what he tore. It might have been all three, ACL, MCL, and LCL, but that's a gruesome injury to come back from. So, I mean, he was already, I think, on crutches, which is a great sign of recovery, especially from such a severe injury like that. On the news of ACL, MCL, and LCL, Tank Dell, I don't know if you saw that, he was actually working out again, and he absolutely just obliterated his leg. Like, it was completely gone. They didn't know if he was going to play football anymore. So I think, that's one of the harder injuries to come back from when you tear all 3 of those main ligaments in your knee. Tyreek being 31, 32 years old already makes it that much harder for him to come back at full speed. And when your nickname is the Cheetah, I don't know how much you come back to 100%.
Okay, but does that also mean that the Dolphins know something? Like, okay, like he's not going to ever, like, they might even know, like, that maybe he won't even get close to 100%, like, medically.
Yeah, I mean,
because I mean, why else do you make a move like this, right?
Right, exactly.
Like,
you know that you're not going to get nothing out of him,
right?
Because
and then also, even if you wanted to trade him, he would still have to go through a physical with another team, and they would find out this shit anyway.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? So maybe that's what it is that this injury is still that severe, and that whatever upside he may or may not have is probably not even going to show itself.
So you think that, I mean, you have to exhaust all your options first, though, no? So you think that maybe they already shopped him around and nobody wanted to trade for him?
Well, like I said, like the other teams, why would you trade for him? He's not, you know how hurt he is. You know what I mean? Like you would, like, no matter what.
This could be like another Odell Beckham situation.
Yeah, like no matter what it is, you're going to give up, whether it's, you say it's something like a pick that has some of the lowest value, right? It's still value.
Turn out to be something.
It's still value, and you're giving it up for something that may not return any value to you, and you're actually going to have to pay him to be on the squad.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? So I think that's just something that these guys think about. I mean, these guys aren't dumb. You know what I mean? These guys make these moves
it's so hard. Like
they make the moves in the interest of the organization, in the best interest of the organization.
That's the thing that I have a problem understanding here, is because if it was anybody else, if it was Cedric Tillman from the Browns, like, okay, nobody really cares, you know? But this name holds so much value, Tyreek Hill. We know what he's done in the past. We know what he's capable of. I mean, yes, he is coming back from a gruesome knee injury, but at the end of the day, it's still Tyreek Hill. That name carries too much value just to release like that.
Yeah. Unless there's, I don't know. Have you like read into this?
I have not, no.
Because maybe there's also like some stipulation with like his contract, like if he's on a roster at past this date, you know what I mean? Like
right.
his years of service goes up, so then maybe they have to cut him like an extra check or something. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like those contracts are written in ways that they're very complex. They're very nuanced, right? So maybe one of the owners, right? I think Miami switched GMs also.
Yes.
So maybe these guys looked into it and were like, "Hey, dude, you guys realize if Tyreek's here in March, that
we gotta pay him an extra.
His salary is going to go up this much.
$32 million.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that could be the situation too. But if it is a situation like that, you would think there would be some sort of reporting on that.
So I mean, as the Dolphins, I mean, if you want a clean house, you get rid of Bradley Chubb, you get rid of Tyreek Hill. Do you think Tua's next?
He's probably sweating bricks right now.
I
mean, they got rid of everyone else already too.
Yeah.
The coach is gone, the GM's gone.
Coach is gone,
You know
GM's
what I mean?
gone.
Chubb's gone.
Chubb.
Fucking.
Hill
if anything,
now.
you would think like Hill might survive it, right? Because it's
Yeah.
like Tua, like what has he really shown?
Right.
You know what I mean? But maybe, this is just a start. But I think Tua will probably end up still on the roster at least. Maybe.
Maybe.
I guess it just depends what they do, right?
I think he gets traded. I don't think
Maybe.
they're going to put him on the free market like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But like he
has such a big contract though. That's the problem.
No, exactly. And so that's why he's probably going to still be around. And you never know what your other quarterback options are going to be. So it's like, at least you have this fucking guy.
Right.
You know what
And
I mean? Like,
I don't think any team is going to be willing to trade a first rounder for Tua.
So if this fool was to go anywhere else, I don't even know.
Tyreek or Tua?
Tyreek. I don't even know how much of an impact he would still have on a team. And then especially for fantasy, like you're still not touching this fool.
Right. I mean, maybe he can do the same thing that Stephon Diggs did last year, where Stephon Diggs actually tore his ACL at a later date than Tyreek did this past season. And Stephon Diggs came back at basically 100%. We saw him have multiple 100-yard games. He was a 1,000-yard receiver for the Patriots. So, I mean, maybe he could be another one of those where it's like you write him off too early and he ends up coming back. And even though he isn't your 1,800-yard, 12-touchdown electric receiver anymore, he could still be viable for 1,000 yards.
I could see Jerry Jones getting Tyreek on the phone.
Hell no.
Dude, Jones loves him a fast slot receiver. Like he just loves that's like Kevontae Turpin. That's the only reason he's there. Like,
yeah,
you know
that's
what
true.
I mean?
That's true.
Like I don't know. I could see.
I don't know.
some
I
stupid
see
shit like that
Tyreek going to like
the Panthers.
the Saints.
Oh, dude, God, poor. I wouldn't even go back. I wouldn't even play anymore.
I'd
Why
go
would you do that?
Saints or
There's no way.
the Browns or
Just one of these bottom feeder franchises.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think he goes to like a Seahawks or a
He goes to the
Rams
Patriots.
or a Patriot. I don't think he goes to the Patriots.
I'm sure Matt Stafford could use him somehow. He could figure out what to
absolutely.
do with them. That's,
Absolutely. He's like,
you know what I mean?
This guy runs how fast? 27 miles an hour.
But
Get
it
him
would
on the
probably
team.
even be like he wouldn't even run like long routes. It would just be like
It'd be
literally
short,
like these short
slant
routes where
routes,
nobody could ever like
hitch routes.
it'd be
Yeah.
ridiculous. But yeah, dude, that's crazy. R.I.P. Tyreek in Miami and R.I.P. the Dolphins for sure.
R.I.P. the Dolphins for sure. They're
yeah.
going to be bottom feeders.
But yeah, like I said, something else that nobody was watching this weekend. The NBA All-Star game. Well, the whole weekend, like they had a bunch of events. They had like a celebrity game. They had a celebrity three. Actually, did they have a celebrity game? They had a celebrity 3-point shooting contest.
What?
Which is like, like you guys don't understand how hard
That's
it is to shoot
embarrassing.
those. You know what I mean?
That's bad.
But they had that, and then they had the dunk contest, which
Oh my god!
probably-
I saw that. Did you see the Jackson Hayes?
yeah.
dunk?
And I think it's time that the fucking dunk contest just gets
It's done.
Like you can only dunk the ball like
So many
ways,
different ways,
right?
yeah.
And all the badass ways have been done. And back in the day, you had like the actual superstars participating in this contest, right? You had like Vince Carter, you had some of the best, like Tracy McGrady, like you know what I mean? And the game has shifted to where that style of dunking is like not the premier way to score anymore. Like the premier way to score now is to shoot. Like shooting has just become so much more valuable, which is why all the old heads hate the game now, right? Because they're used to the fucking Vince Carter days and the Michael Jordan days and going to the hole and slamming it down on your opponent, right? Now it's done in a more finesse way. So I think they need to shift away from the dunk contest and have like more skill-based challenges like shooting, or I don't know, how you could get creative with it, right? You could do something, but I think the dunk contest needs to go, not only because of that, but also because of the guys that are performing in it are guys that don't even see minutes. Right. So you have people from the outside looking in. This is NBA All-Star Weekend. You have eyes on you. And the guys in your dunk contest, like I see, don't even see the floor day in and day out through an NBA season.
I have a proposal.
That's a problem.
I have a proposal.
Right, but that's a problem, right? I'm not crazy for
it is
thinking
a problem.
that.
It is a problem.
Like that's a big problem.
Agree.
Like, and how does the league not see that? Like, you have Mac
McClung won it 3 times in a year.
Yeah, dude. Like once you see that, like, dude, this guy, like, no, dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
awesome dunker. There's people that can dunk. That's what they do.
Right.
That's just how they. That's what they're good at.
You're telling me Giannis doesn't perform in the dunk contest? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like there's so many guys that could be in the dunk contest where it's not even like they don't even think about it.
They don't.
You know what I mean? They're like, I think the last
so natural.
Some of the last big name dunkers were like probably like Dwight Howard,
Ben Simmons.
But look at Ben Simmons now. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I think it's just a skill set that they need to kind of get away from.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
I think
they should. I have a proposal to fix. So not to fix the dunk contest, to replace the dunk contest. They should do one of 2 things.
I'm open to anything, honestly.
All right. You ever been to?
Just not knockout. Okay, we don't need these guys playing knockout.
That would be fun though.
No, they need to do something cooler than that.
Half court knockout.
No, dude. God damn it. You know how far those rebounds are gonna go? Like they're gonna spend the whole time chasing down rebounds.
That's the fun part of it. No,
dude. That's
so sucks. They should do like trick shots. So you have like the week to prepare. And then you do trick shots like Dude Perfect style, you know?
Right.
I think that would be cool. You do tag teams. So it's like you team up with like 1 or 2 other people. Right. And then you come up with like a crazy trick shot,
right.
And then you propose it, and then you have like 5 minutes to complete it because not every trick shot happens right away on the first try.
No, yeah. You have to have multiple chances.
Right. So you have like 3 minutes or you have like 5 minutes to do it. Or if you want to do it even more fast paced, like a minute to try and complete it, depending on how extreme it is.
I don't know how many guys would be good at trick shots.
That's what I'm saying though. Like you get a baseball bat and you try and aim it towards.
But you also have to think of like somebody watching this. Like, what if none of them make the trick shot? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
then you're disqualified.
Yeah, but it's also like anticlimactic. It's like, dude, nobody did anything. You're like, you know what I mean? Like, the TV sponsors are gonna be like, why?
I feel like that'd be better than whatever the dunk contest has been.
No, I know, but I mean,
did you see Jackson Hayes' dunk? He literally ran up to the rim and just went.
Yeah, he just dunked it.
That's
There's nothing special.
It wasn't even.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know, dude.
It was sad.
They need to do something, right? Because. Like the NBA, and I was watching the All-Star, I guess, round robin, right? Because it wasn't just one game. It was like 4 different games.
Oh, right. Yep.
But what was cool to see that I liked, and we'll go through this right now, is the amount of talent that these guys could fucking put together, that they could assemble from all the league. And there's still guys that you're like, dude, this guy's not here. This guy's not here. This guy's not here. Like, and it just shows you the depth and the quality of like, these NBA players at this moment, and it's really impressive, bro.
No, it really is.
It's like I've never seen a league more loaded than this.
Or I think they should come up with more unique teams. So,
well, we're gonna get through the teams right now because I have an idea with that too.
Okay,
but I want to read you some of the teams so you can see, like, God damn, this was one team.
Yeah, go.
And
for
then
it.
like it's crazy because, like I said, there's guys that are still not even there that. You like if you're an NBA fan and you're watching, you could be like, "Damn, this guy should be there." You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like Damian Lillard performed in the 3-point contest on a torn Achilles,
and he won.
Yeah, that just goes to show how insane
that's
he
crazy.
Is. But he wasn't even playing in the All-Star game.
No,
you know?
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
Like, guys like that are not even or not even participating.
But I think the biggest thing is that he did that with the torn whatever he has. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean?
He didn't even jump. He was just like...
Yeah, and that's crazy because he's like, not only am I going to be in it,
I'm gonna win it.
I'm gonna fucking win it, bro. And there are some shooters in there. You know what I mean?
It looked like he was playing at one of those Peter Piper games. You know, he's just like, oh.
Yeah, dude. That's probably what it feels like for him. If you think about
Probably.
He's like, dude, this is just like the easiest thing that
It's like an arcade game. Yeah.
But I mean, the 3-point contest, I agree, is like, okay, that's still good because it's always competitive. And like I said, the way that the league has shifted, like 3-point shooting is very vital in the game today. And so you still, I want to see like, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that you're the best shooter in the league.
Right.
Okay, because when the 3-point contest is wide open shots, they're wide open shots when you're set and like the ball's right in your pocket, like. It's different in
so
real
what,
games.
You want to add like an actual arcade and make it like a movie net?
That would be pretty crazy.
That would be cool.
that would be pretty crazy.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, they would have to make it move like all crazy, but I mean that like I don't know, like you'll see like guys hit some crazy threes during the game where you're like, dude, he shot that over this guy, or he shot this falling away, or he shot this like off balance. You know what I mean? And when you see these guys and that's why like Damian Lillard could win it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he's like, oh, dude, I do this in my sleep. You know what I mean?
Or what they should do is like cornhole style. So it's like
cornhole style. Okay, go on.
Okay, so cornhole. I don't know how cornhole.
You don't know how cornhole works?
I do you know the official rules to
cornhole?
Cornhole?
Dude, okay. If it gets on the board, it's like a point, and if it gets through the thing, it's like 3 points.
Right. So why don't
if you knock somebody's in, it's like 2.
Right. So what you do is you make like almost like a rim inside of a rim, right?
That's hilarious.
So it's like you have your regular rim, and then you have a bigger rim on the outside attached to it, basically like an attachment. And if you make it inside that hole, you get like 1 point. And then if you make it inside the bucket, it's 3 points, but they're doing it from half court and you go back and forth. So it's like one team is facing this way, the other team is facing this way. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. Like that's interesting. Crazy, yeah. So it's like a twist on the 3-point contest, but it's separate from the 3-point contest because it's from half court.
Right. Or I mean, what I think it would be cool too to just see these guys like did you ever play NBA Jam?
I did not know.
No? Like you put like so on NBA Jam they had this mode where they would put different numbers throughout the court, and if it was like number 5 and you shot it from there, it was worth 5 points.
Okay.
But you would put obviously the high numbers outside. And like maybe you could do something like that where like a fucking logo 3 is like 6 points now, and then these guys are just gonna be fucking like putting them up, you know?
I can see that.
But dude, these guys could hit those. That's the thing now.
Or you know what they should do? Ooh, you know what they should do?
I'm just thinking out loud.
Hold on,
here.
I got another one. Ready? All right, so you start like on the other side of the court, right? And then obviously you go full court. But you know how they can do like spotlights with designs on the court now, right? So why don't you do that, but you randomly generate where the circle's going to be, and they got to run to it, but you only have a set amount of time. You've got like 5 seconds.
Right, and then they got to pick which one to get to.
Right, and you got to go there, boom, shoot it, and if you don't get it off, it's like minus points. But if you get it off, it's like 1 point, and if you get it in, it's like 3 points.
Yeah, I think they need to like either incorporate something like that or just change up the style of the 3-point contest, because in a way it is kind of embarrassing that the guy that's not even played in the league right now won the whole fucking thing.
Like that's kind of
and honestly, if I'm the league, I'm like, dude, just sit this out, dude, please.
Yeah.
Like we can't have that as an optic. Like we get it, you know, but like just because you're here now, somebody else doesn't get that opportunity.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, it doesn't look good.
It does not. And you know what? I think like the NBA is the easiest league to like have a say in as fans. I feel like the NBA.
Well, they listen to their fans.
They do.
Yeah, and like when they do all-star voting, it actually like that's how like these guys get voted in. So look, these are the teams. There's 3 teams, right? And I don't know how they came up with these, but well, I know how they came up with 2 of them, and the other one I'm like, I guess they just chose like honorable mentions. So the first one is the NBA World Team. Okay. So that consists of guys.
Like your European guys.
Yeah. So these are European guys, and I don't know if they got all of them, but like Jokic didn't end up playing. Some guys didn't end up playing, but for the most part, they had a good mix of all international players, right? And the idea is let's put these guys on showcase to compete with the guys from the States to show that these guys are really just at that same level.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That has to be the idea, right? Because you're trying to promote the game internationally. So Victor Wembanyama's on there. Pascal Siakam, everyone forgets he's Canadian, right? Because like he went to NMSU.
He played with Toronto
Like,
too.
you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's just like you forget like some of these guys are Canadian. Karl Anthony Towns is, I believe he's Dominican.
Oh shit.
Jamal Murray's also Canadian. Dennis Arvija. I don't know where he's from, but I think he's Spanish.
I have no idea who that is.
Alperen Sengun, he's from Turkey, and then Nick Powell, which I didn't know he was international. He might also be another Canadian guy. But that's the world team.
Okay.
And it was kind of crazy because it's like,
lineup.
Well, yeah, but it's also a very small lineup. Jokic is supposed to be there too.
Okay.
And Luka wasn't there as well.
Oh, yeah.
So obviously you lost probably the two best, right? You had a fucking MVP in Jokic, and then I don't know if fucking Luka's ever won MVP, but we all know he's one of the best players in the league right now.
He's like MVP front runner.
So that team was kind of, in a way, because these guys didn't play, they were already at a disadvantage. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then they had the NBA Stripes, which was kind of like the old heads, right? In a way, I guess.
like that.
Which was like just the guys that have been all-stars year in and year out, right? So it was LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown, Brandon Ingram, De'Aaron Fox, Donovan Mitchell, and Jalen Brunson.
I feel like that. I mean, Donovan,
that's a
stacked lineup.
And then Curry was on that team too.
Oh yeah,
but he didn't play.
Yeah. I feel like Donovan Mitchell and Jalen Brunson are still so young though. Like,
no, but dude, they've been playing forever though. You know what I
been
mean?
like-
They've literally been
league-
playing for like 8 years, 8 years.
yeah, but it's like 8 years isn't even that crazy.
No, but when you're 8 years in and it was like every year was good, like, you know what I mean? It's not like it took him 5 years to develop, you know? Like,
I mean-
these guys have been doing it. The one that like surprised me was De'Aaron Fox.
no, that doesn't
Like,
surprise
no,
me.
but I mean, just think of the guys that didn't get in, like that have been balling, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, there's no Julius Randle. You know what I mean? Like, he's been
Yeah.
balling for a long time.
That's true.
There's no Zach LaVine, right?
Right. Chris
There's
Paul retired.
Oh yeah, but he's not going to be in there. But like DeMar DeRozan, like, you know, Paul
true.
George, like these guys
Yeah.
are still out there balling. You know.
I don't know about ball.
Well, they're still, dude. They're still starting. They're still getting minutes, right?
unfortunately.
De'Aaron Fox doesn't even start for the Spurs most nights.
No, but he's a baller.
No, I know he's a
He's a
baller,
baller.
but I'm just saying, like, kind of like, how did they end up with
The
these
only reason he
rosters?
doesn't start sometimes is just because of the way that they have their lineups.
Well, yeah,
set.
they have a very good team, but I mean,
Right.
like, the other thing too is that the other team, right, was the NBA Stars,
Okay.
which I don't understand how they differentiated who goes to what team, because these guys, I'm thinking it has to be like age or class.
You know what? I'm looking at it though, and I see Devin Booker on here, and
Yeah,
he's not
that's
young.
that's what I'm saying. Cade
He's-
Cunningham, Devin Booker,
Right.
Jalen Duren, Anthony Edwards,
Yep.
Tyrese Maxey,
Yep.
fucking what's his name, Scotty Barnes, Chet Holmgren, and then Jalen Johnson from Atlanta.
Yeah. So it's like the oldest guy on there is Devin Booker.
Right, but you would think he'd be on the other team.
No, because I would think like if I saw Jalen Brunson and Donovan Mitchell on that team, I'd be okay with it.
Right.
But if I saw that like the way they obviously are formatted now, I'm like, why are they with LeBron, who's been in the league for 20 years, Curry, who's been in the league for 17 years or 18 years, whatever it is. Kawhi Leonard, also another like 17 years. Kevin Durant, another 17
Well,
years.
I guess they have to put Booker on this team. Like, dude, you have to give him a chance. And like Anthony,
You
Edwards,
have to
too.
give him a chance.
You have to be there because you guys need to like be competitive in a way.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, it's, dude, like, look at that other roster we named. It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, no, it's stacked.
So
it really is.
this year they did a round robin format. I didn't really understand it, but the first game, I guess, was the Stripes versus the World, and the Stripes won. And then the Stripes played the Stars, and then they won again.
and they won.
And then
again.
the World played the Stars, and then the Stars won.
God damn.
So I don't like I said.
So
I
the
don't
Stars
really know.
just took everything.
No, because the last game ended up being, who was the last game? The last game was the Stripes versus the Stars, and then the Stripes actually won.
Oh.
And one of the interesting things was that they played one quarter only.
What?
So the game was 12 minutes. That's it.
That's it.
But that's why they played this many rounds, because they're like, instead of playing one full game, we'll do, you know,
One single quarter.
Yeah.
I don't like
Which
that.
I don't like it either, because, dude, that's not how, like,
Because like guys can get hot in the fourth quarter.
right. Like, okay, so like this is exactly my point, dude. Watch. Kawhi Leonard in 12 minutes had 31 points.
What?
He had 31 points, bro.
Get out of here.
I swear to God. I swear to God, bro. Look, let me read you his stat line. Kawhi Leonard, 12 minutes, 31 points, 11 for 13 from the field, 6 for 7 from 3, 3 for 3 from free throw.
And
obviously, he won the MVP.
All right,
and they only won by 3. He had 31 of their 48 points, bro. That's crazy. LeBron had 2 points. Jaylen Brown had 0. Ingram had 0. Fox had 0. Mitchell had 0. Kevin Durant had 7.
Kevin Durant had 7.
And he played the whole 12 minutes.
Kawhi Leonard had 31 points in 12 minutes.
Yeah. You know, the record is Clay for, I think, like 28 in a quarter. And he broke this shit in this game.
I mean, it's an all-star.
I know, dude, but that's 6 for 7 from 3, dude. That's crazy.
It's just give him the ball.
Yeah, no, at some point.
Give him the ball.
Yeah, at some point, it gets it.
Oh, LeBron, you're going to shoot it? Give him the ball.
LeBron's not going to let you shoot it. He's going to be like, dude, give me the ball because I'm LeBron, and then I'm going to give it to Kawhi.
And then I'm going to give it to him so I get the assist.
Right, because fuck you.
You
know what I mean? Because I've been here 17 times. You know what I mean?
I think more than that.
31 points.
That's a lot.
So, like, at first I was like, but then I saw that and I'm like,
God, what?
But you know what's sad about that? It's that Kawhi Leonard's just wasting away with the Clippers.
He is.
You know what I mean?
I completely agree.
And like he literally just showed he's probably right now like top 3 in the NBA.
I don't know about top 3.
Still.
But he's up there.
Dude, he is. He's one of the only guys that will take a whole franchise to the championship by himself without like a real running mate. And now that he has a running mate, he's almost like, no.
No.
Like, James Harden, no.
I don't want to.
Paul George, no.
I don't want to.
You know what I mean? Like he's like it's almost like he likes it better where and it maybe
like when he carries the team.
Right, but maybe also that's a bad thing where he's like, if I don't have the ball, I'm not interested in this shit.
Yeah.
Know?
I mean, that's kind of like LeBron.
No, but dude, LeBron makes the people around him better for sure. Like LeBron has elevated some guys.
That's true.
Kawhi too, but like it's almost like if there's another second like tier just as good, or not second tier, like second option just as good as Kawhi, he's almost like, all right, well let him try it.
Let him
be my guest.
Go for it.
I'll be here because he knows that like he's just that good. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah.
Like, dude, I don't know. Maybe he did just get hot, but at the same time, like he is still one of the best players.
But
in the
it's
league.
like, okay, naturally you think, oh, well, they should have just kept going longer. You know, he would have put up 90 points in the game.
Yeah, but no, I mean, obviously, like, okay, he played 12 of the 12 minutes. So in a regular game, he would already played almost like a third of the minutes that he would play.
On top of that, it's like these guys aren't playing real defense either.
No, but they were like, because it was competitive. They were like, it wasn't like you've seen years in the past where these guys are like just
300
like
points.
Right, where these guys are just wide open every time. These guys are actually trying to close out.
I guess, yeah.
But it's funny because you hear the commentators like really harping on that. Like they're like, bro, this defense intensity is like better than I've ever seen. And it's not even that like intense, but it's you do see some efforts. So you're like, I'll let that fly. Right. Reggie Miller. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, dude, we all know, like you're just trying to sugarcoat it for the people that don't know what they're watching.
I don't know. I mean, the All-Star game is just like, it has problems. Too many.
No, yeah, dude, for sure. But I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about when we didn't even realize the fucking Pro Bowl was the other day.
Oh, God.
Like maybe
they should just do away with these games.
Yeah. But I think the thing is
like as a whole.
Right. But I think there's just too much money involved in it somehow.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. I feel like they're losing money just flying all the way to wherever they go.
No, but they're not losing money because like all the partnerships are still there. You know what I mean?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
And then all the TV rights.
Well, then I think what both leagues should do is instead of making this such a like the All-Star game and the Pro Bowl used to mean something back in the day. They even up until the early 2000s and the 2010s, they used to mean something. It meant an accolade on your name, on your reputation. Now it's become a joke for both leagues. Both of them have problems. We see how some of these players aren't even getting in when they should. You know, like it should be like, oh, no brainer. Like he had a 4,000-yard passing season. Like, why is he not even in the top 3 voting? You know? So I think instead of that, I mean, we still have All Pro. We still have All NBA, which is still a high accomplishment in both leagues because it's not voted on by fans.
Right.
I think we should keep these games, but instead of making the game a game, do the mini games and keep it as mini games, and these guys just have like a week break,
right?
And it stays like that. So it's like the break is good, yes, like all these players get rest, but instead of voting all the top dogs in the league, take the top dogs out if you're not even going to play them as it is, and then just have like 6-man's bench players.
Well, okay,
go
so
for
then
the fun of the
this
game.
is what I was thinking, is that maybe you do another tournament, right?
Right.
And you do it over the span of like 5 days, or maybe even like 4 days, and you just have the games all day.
And it's a bunch of bench players.
But what it is they combine the NBA team with the G League team, right? So now your roster is like 24, 26 people at least. And so your main guys, they don't even have to dress.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this game will mix like middle of the rotation players, end of the rotation players, potentially G League players.
Right.
You know, guys that are doing well in the G League, this is their chance to show out and play against guys that are in the league.
Yeah, that's,
you know what I mean?
That's not a bad idea.
And then you
either.
do it like, and maybe you even tie this into the draft, which we'll get into right now. But that would be, and you get rid of everything else. You get rid of the dunk. You get rid of the 3-point contest. You can still do your celebrity shit. That's fine. No one cares.
Yeah.
And you just have like an NCAA style tournament. Like, what I mean by that is that the games are all day and they're like this many games back to back.
Oh, like a bracket.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
And so if you win one round, you're off the next day and then you play again the very next day.
Okay. Yeah,
know what
I
I mean?
can see that. Or like 2 games in one day if they're short.
Well, no, maybe no.
Because there is more teams.
No, in the NCAA, there's 64 teams.
Yeah, but they have 2 separate brackets.
Right. But what I'm saying is like you would just play them throughout the whole day. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
you could get in one day you can get like all you need is 16 games.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Right. So in one day you can get 8 games.
And then you go 8, 4, 2.
And then you have them staggered tip-offs, right? So like these guys started at 12.
But it would be single elimination.
Yeah, NCAA style. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I like that.
And then also the head coach is not allowed to coach. So you have to use one of your other assistants or something.
Use your star player to coach the team.
Or you can do that. Yeah, you designate one guy that's not going to play. Like if LeBron's not going to play, Luka's not going to play. All these guys from the Lakers aren't going to play. One of them has to be the coach.
Right.
Or all of them coach if they want. You know what I mean? Like they all take different roles. You know?
Yeah, it's like you take care of defense, you take care of offense, you take care of special teams.
Yeah. And then maybe even, I don't know. I would think that's pretty cool.
That's not a bad idea. I like that actually.
Dude, that would be that would be sick because like I said, you're going to give some of these G League guys a chance to play like probably in a tournament that could actually get them noticed and get them on a roster going
These
forward.
would be their most meaningful minutes.
Yeah, of course. Because, dude, they're playing in LA in front of a bunch of fans compared to playing in Santa Cruz on a Tuesday at 7 in front of 300 people.
Dude, a G League style NCAA tournament, that goes hard.
That's what I'm saying.
That goes hard.
And
like I said, like your star players coach the team.
Right. Or maybe like they could do something where like anybody on your roster that has been in the league over like 6 years is not eligible for this game.
Okay.
So it's forcing you to just play your young guys.
I don't know. 6 years seems like a lot. Maybe like 4.
Yeah, but
3.
you'd be surprised how many of these guys have been in there over 6 years.
Well, no, because then that would like. Has Anthony Edwards played 6 years?
I think so.
This might be his 6th year.
Yeah, you would have to figure out like okay.
Yeah.
But like Anthony Edwards, regardless 6th year or not, if he's in his 2nd year and he doesn't want to play, he doesn't have to play.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like you're also not forcing any of these guys to play.
Right.
You know, hey, if you don't want to play, chill. You know what I mean?
See, I think that's the problem I think that's their main problem now is they're not even forcing these guys to play as it is.
Right. But that's why you would somehow tie this into some sort of draft compensation or something.
Yeesh.
So that way these guys, like, because you could give them cash, right? The winner gets cash. But these guys have cash. You know what I mean?
Not the G League.
No, I know. But like it's not going to mean as much to them to play for cash.
So then why don't you do like a $500,000 purse for the G League players that win it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Because like I said, you're still going to have NBA players still in this. The bottom of the rosters type of guys, the guys that play middle minutes, you know?
Yeah.
Like they could still play in this if they wanted.
But then I feel like that would include like, okay, so Cade Cunningham that just got traded to the...
No, Cade Cunningham's with Detroit, bro. They didn't trade him nowhere.
I mean, not Cade Cunningham. What's that guy's name?
Which one? Don't get us started on NBA names again, bro. We're gonna start Colby Jones,
The dude with the fro. No, he actually does.
Colby White.
No.
Well, he can play in this game. For
yeah,
sure.
I mean, no, he just got traded to the Thunder.
McCain.
Jared McCain.
Yeah.
So he's been in the league 2 years. He hasn't been great. So throw him in a team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
That's what I'm saying. Like every roster is going to be different because they're going to have guys that like want to suit up and play, right?
Yeah.
Like let's say Chris Paul, he's like, dude, it's my last year in the league. Like I haven't really been getting a lot of minutes.
Chris Paul would win MVP.
No, but imagine he's like, yeah, I'll play in this. Like I'm down. My last hoorah, you know? Dude, and you're a G Leaguer playing up against this fool, like you're gonna go hard, bro. You're gonna fucking want to play the best defense you've ever played.
That's true. Get a bunch of retired players.
So that's why
against the G League players.
No, dude, not retired players. It has to be active players only. Okay. And there would have to be some way where if you want to play, you can. If you don't, you don't. That's it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So let's say, you're barely coming back from injury. You haven't gotten in a lot of minutes, but you want to get some run. Maybe you play in the first round. And if you lose, you lose. If you make it, you're like, oh, I'm good. Let someone else. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just have it like the roster be super inclusive.
I like
if
that.
you want. But at the same time, if you don't want to play, that's fine.
They should just do whites versus blacks.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude. Come on. That's pretty fucked, bro. Why
That's
would you
not
even
fucked.
say that?
What are you talking about?
Well, they're kind of doing that already with the world versus.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
No,
and
but
it's not even just like straight Caucasian. I'm talking like if your skin is white, like Luca, he's not Caucasian, but he's white, right? He's not black, he's white. So
I don't feel comfortable discussing this.
He's on the white team, right?
Okay, all right. Well,
okay, then you pin him up, and then you got a third team.
YouTube.
And then you got a third team, and they're the light skins.
No, dude, because Steph would just dominate.
Exactly.
No, Steph and Cade Covington have in the same team.
Oh
just
god,
ball it out.
Who else would be on that team? Light skins.
There's some good light skins. Jalen Johnson, he's really good.
Okay.
There's plenty of good light skins. Jalen Brunson.
No, he's too dark.
Well, just because
Tatum
of his hair. No, okay, they're the same.
No,
Dude,
Tatum
okay,
is
look, this is where it becomes a problem, okay? Because you can't really decide for them. But all I'm saying is that, this would be potentially better than what they have right now because the NBA has that as a big problem. The All-Star weekend in general.
Right.
And then I don't know if you saw this, but fucking David Stern actually fined two of these teams. David Stern,
who's that?
He's the commissioner of the Adam Silver, sorry. He's the commissioner of the NBA, and he actually just recently fined two teams a pretty hefty amount for what they call conduct detrimental to the league, aka tanking.
Oh.
Yeah, dude, he fined two teams. He fined the Pacers, right? And then he fined the Jazz.
The Pacers?
Yeah, because the Pacers have no Halliburton, they have no Toppin, and they're kind of just not really being competitive. So they've been doing this thing where they'll sit guys like late into the third, early into the fourth. They just sit the whole starting five. Oh. And so even the Utah Jazz did that too. The Jazz did it pretty aggressively, like 3 games in a row, where they sat their starters completely like after the third, they didn't play 1 minute in the fourth.
No way.
Yeah, not 1 minute, bro.
That's not good.
They got fined fucking $500,000.
Which is dropping a
no, I know, but I mean,
guys.
It seems like shit.
So then the players got fined, or the
No.
organization?
It goes to the ownership.
Okay.
They have to
but these guys are multi-billionaires.
No, I know, but I mean, you're still, I guess, sending like a message, like, "Hey, dude."
It's like a slap.
Yeah, because, dude, okay, yes, these guys are multiple billionaires, but they didn't get that way from losing money. Yeah, like, the money's still like. 500,000 is still a lot of money to these guys.
But these guys dropped that on a watch.
Right, I know, but dude, you think they just want to, like, exactly. I'd rather drop that on a watch, not fucking for my team getting fucking fined for tanking.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd
like to have $500,000.
Yeah, of course. And then the Pacers actually got fined $100,000. You know, so those are pretty steep. But like, how do you fix like the tanking thing then? Like what's there's no solution. There's no easy solution there.
There isn't. I mean, you already implemented the lottery as a
deterrent.
Yeah.
Well, not a deterrent because
no, I mean, yeah, as a deterrent because or maybe you minimize
because it's not a deterrent because your odds are better for you if you're the worst team in the league.
Right.
And it's a lottery, so if you're logically thinking, how would I get the first pick? It would be to have the best odds, which means I would have to be the worst team.
So then I feel like this is like, okay, I'm going to say something, but this is like really aggressive.
Okay, hold on.
Have to.
Before you do that, hold on.
Oh, God.
Yeah, dude. It's because if you're going to get aggressive, one of us has to be chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of us cannot be aggressive this whole time.
Okay, so you ask, like, how do you fix it? And I'm not saying this is how you fix it, but what I'm saying is this is, maybe you could fiddle with it, a little bit.
I'm listening.
Instead of throwing your pick into the lottery to see if you get a first overall pick, throw the pick itself into a lottery and it goes to another team if you tank.
Yeah, but how would that work? Like,
so you basically
but you would have to, dude. You're opening up a whole.
But it's like you have to penalize a team for tanking so they don't tank.
Right, but at the
how
same
else
time,
do you get them to not tank? If they're already tanking with a lottery, throw the pick itself into a lottery, and now instead of having a 2% or a 15% chance of getting the first overall pick, now you only have a 15% chance to get a first round pick.
Yeah, but then who get what? I don't know. I don't.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Because you have to find a way to punish these guys, but without the same time allowing other teams just to get better.
That's the thing, though. It's like, okay, you tank, boom, there goes your first round pick.
Yeah. But then, okay, so then who gets...
And now your organization as a whole is completely fucked because now you don't even have a first round pick.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you have a chance. But
then what happens to that pick?
It goes to another team.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. That's what's unfair, is that these guys now have... Another team now has 2. But what I'm saying is that's unfair to a team that wasn't tanking. They're like, dude, now these guys have 2 picks? Like, what the fuck? Like, just because these fools didn't want to play?
But that's what I'm saying is it goes to a team that is also in the lottery.
Right, which I understand. But, like, if you're a team that's right outside the lottery because you barely made the playoffs or whatever,
right?
Like, how's that fair to you?
Take away the pick as a whole then.
Yeah.
Nobody gets it.
Yeah, so then you have 31 picks, which is kind of weird. The draft just gets shortened, I guess.
Yeah, by one pick.
Yeah, maybe. I guess that's not a bad idea.
Take the pick away as a whole instead of fining them because these guys make so much money as it is. They don't care about $500,000.
No, dude.
Like, yes, I understand you don't want to lose money, but it's like, what's worse than losing money? Losing a pick as an organization, and that costs you way more than $500,000 in the long run.
And there's no way you could have the like this money come out of like the players' salaries because like there will be like a fucking lawsuit. Like, what the fuck, bro? This is a contract. Like you guys cannot fucking short this guy his money just because fucking
these guys would go on strike.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have a league. You'd have what do you call it? It's one of those years where like a lockout.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they would have a lockout. And it's like you don't want that to happen because then you lose way more money than $500,000. You lose more than $500,000 in a week if you do that.
So the other thing that he said was that he would Adam Silver. He said that he would abolish the draft.
How do you even do that?
Well, there would be no draft, and all the incoming rookies would be free agents, which is crazy, but it's also not a good idea.
That's not a good idea.
Well, it is in a way because it's like
because you'd have the Lakers. You'd have the Lakers.
No, but it's still a salary. No, but it's still a salary cap sport, right?
Yeah.
And if this guy knows he's going to be the number 1 pick and he knows he has all these teams lined up for him, like they're going to have to cut him a bag. You know what I mean? But if they can't afford it, they can't afford it. Now, the bad thing would be, or not the bad thing, but then you would have these situations where guys would pay.
Or they're like, oh, well, you know what?
They would overpay for these guys.
No, the other thing that would happen is like, oh, I'll take $20 million less to go play with Luka.
Yeah, but I don't know how much you would want to do that. You know what I mean? Because
you don't know that.
It's like you think Cooper Flag coming out, it's like, oh fuck, you know what? I'd rather go with the Lakers, and he's set to make like, let's just say like the Wizards, right? They're like, dude, we're gonna sign him $45 million over 3 years, right? And then he says, no, I'm gonna take a $5 million 2-year deal with the Lakers. Like I don't know if they would do that.
That's $40 million difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I was saying how like they would force you to pay more for them is because in those scenarios where the money's not that big of a difference, right?
Right.
You're $3-4 million off, and the Lakers are like, we'll offer you this, And the Clippers are like, hey, dude, we're the second franchise in LA. We're going to give you $4 million more because we need you here.
Yeah.
So that's why they'd be overpaying in certain ways too. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of problems with that.
There is a lot of problems with all these guys just being free agents. Like, dude, that's like
dude, imagine LeBron was just a free agent coming out of high school, or like Kobe, free agent. You know, like all these top prospects.
In a way, it's like, but it's because, okay, look, if these guys are free agents, right?
Right.
You still can't have just any team signing them because not any team can afford them.
No, but then that comes into play.
Like the Warriors are in like salary cap hell for the next, like, you know, so they're not going to be players in that market.
Yeah, but see
like the teams that would be like New Orleans, like the Cavaliers, teams that are like not flushed with cap space or not flushed with high rosters. So
I think then space. In return, so like, okay, as the Warriors, let's say you have a generational pick coming in and like LeBron style, right? Like fucking amazing. Right. Like there's zero flaws in his game. You know, he's going to be at the very least a star player.
Right.
Like maybe not all star, maybe not all pro.
De'Aaron Fox.
Right. Like he's a star player. There goes Draymond Green. You release him. He's older. You don't need him. Boom. You don't even have to think twice about it.
Right.
You get rid of his cap. You get rid of. You don't have to trade for KP anymore. There goes KP. There goes Draymond. There goes Quentin Post. Boom. Bring this guy in, and it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
And it's like you have more releases at an alarming rate than you do now.
No, yeah. But that would mean the teams are still paying these fools. You know what I mean? The guys that get released.
No, because then contracts become different. And
well, yeah,
it's like
I mean, okay, yes.
Guaranteed money goes out the window.
Right, but that's like, I don't know if you're ever going to get the players to agree to that. You know what I mean? Because that has to be collectively bargained.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that would never, like...
But if every
You would have to change the pay structure... Or not the pay structure. If that's
the way that the league
salary
is
structure for the teams.
If that's the way that the league is formatted, though, it's not just going to be 1 or 5 teams doing it. It's going to be 28, 30 teams, 25 teams doing that. So you're only going to get guaranteed money in so many places.
I just think the guaranteed money is still like you're not going to be able to get rid of that.
That's what I'm saying. Contracts change with that format.
Like that, I don't know, but it's because like, okay, like Steph when he came out. Right? Like he went like pick 11, I think.
Right.
And there's like so many players picked in front of him.
I
think the Timberwolves took 2 guards in front of him in the same draft. I want to say that's what happened.
Yeah.
They had 2 picks in front of them. They took 2 guards and were like, Steph, no. But like somebody like that guy? Like I don't know. That's a very interesting thing. Like would other teams recognize his value, or like were the Warriors just like in his position? Johnny Flynn was one of the guys that got taken in front of him. Johnny Flynn, trash. Do you think he just ends up there because they're that pick in the draft and these are the guys that are supposed to be in that general area, right?
Yeah.
Like how do you, like if they didn't have that, like if it was open scouting for all these guys, do you think they would have been the ones that signed them? Like they probably wouldn't have. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you'd still have whiffs.
No, I'm sure, but he didn't have a lot of whiffs. You know what I mean? Like he didn't, bro. He didn't. Like
the way you say it, he didn't have a lot of whiffs.
I mean, he didn't even get D1 offers, but that was like prior to college. But still, like he's coming out of Davidson. You know what I mean? Like there's like he wasn't like your for sure shot like you said with LeBron. He was the opposite of that. You know what I mean?
He wasn't the opposite of that.
He was yes, dude, because they were taking other players in front of him.
Yeah, but he was a good shooting prospect.
Right. But he had ankle injuries too. So it was like, you know what I mean?
And he dealt with some of that in the league.
So it's just like the draft structure is kind of good in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, not in a way. It is good.
I just think if you opened it up for everyone, yes, everyone would make more money.
I think you make it a little simpler though by just taking the pick away as a whole.
Yeah.
And you move everyone else up. It's like, boom, you get penalized as an organization, not just for 1 year, not just for a game, not just for an afternoon. You get penalized for potentially 20 years with that pick.
Yeah.
You know?
And then you could also see it where it'd be like college in a way where like they would end up trying to recruit these guys, right? So then you'd probably get like the teams that are really good at it at like recruiting and like scouting, they would probably be the ones to hit on all the badass prospects.
Right, exactly.
And so their teams would be stacked.
Exactly.
So you'd have like, it'd be crazy. Like, I don't know. It'd be interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of kinks that you got to work out with that.
Yeah, but just for him to even say that is kind of crazy. Like he's like,
that is.
But obviously they really are worried about the tanking situation, because I think what they're most mad about is that the fans that pay for these games, like that show up to these games, right, and they might have traveled or whatever, and this is the only time that Golden State goes to Atlanta, because they don't go there. They only go once a season,
right? And
then Steph and Draymond and fucking Kristaps are all sitting out that day.
Yeah, and not even because of injuries,
right? Just because they're just recovering or whatever,
right?
You know what I mean? Which is kind of fucked, because for the consumer, you're like, I paid so much money, and I'm getting arguably half the product here.
Yeah, no, I mean that's true.
You know, so I think that's what they're worried about. They don't want to lose. Like live TV is like one of the last things that people will pay a lot of money for. Like as far as like a
sporting event or a concert.
Right, exactly. Like live shit is totally different now because of everything's on demand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why sports are so valuable in that sense, right?
Yeah.
And so when you take that away, when you have people that are like no longer interested in that because of X, Y, and Z and actions that your team and players are doing, that's where it's fucked.
I mean, I think it's more on the team than it is the players.
No, but the players too, like they understand.
They agree to it.
Yeah, they understand. You know, if they wanted to play, they would play.
Right. And I mean, you're getting paid
and honestly,
so many
like,
millions
in order
to play,
in order to make a all pro NBA team, you have to play 65 of the 82 games.
It's a lot of games.
You know what I mean? So like if that's something that you're really focused on, like, you know what I mean? Because there are guys that fucking play. I think like the dude from the Knicks, Bridges, he's played like fucking some sort of like 700 games in a row.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, bro. Like, so there's that aspect of it. Like,
right, yeah. You got some of those guys that are just so dedicated.
Right. And he's like, I don't care, bro. I'm playing.
Like, for the love of the game.
Yeah, I ball, dude. This is what I do. I've been doing
what
this.
I do. Well, I mean, yeah, they implemented that system. Like you said, you got to play so many games
65.
just to be eligible for those awards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you do the same thing for the team as a whole, as an organization, for these owners, for the managers, and say, you know what? It's like a 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. You know, it's like, okay, you can do it a couple times. You can do it twice, 3 times. It's more acceptable in the last, I don't know, let's say 10 games of the season, you know? But if you do it in the first 72 games of the season and you do it, let's say 3 times in the first 72 games, there goes your first round pick. Now, if you do it 8 out of the last 10 games and you're already at the bottom of the barrel, that's a little more understandable. But in the first 72 games, you are allowed 2 strikes or 3 strikes, whatever it is.
But it's crazy because it's like maybe the draft class is what affects the tanking. You know, like if the draft class sucks, like there's like we have no reason to take. But if it's LeBron James draft class,
but I mean,
I'm not even fielding a team. I'm just forfeiting.
We talked about second rounders last episode, where it's like you have those guys that can be all stars in the second round, much more at pick 2.
Right, but you tank for the first pick.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
I
that's what you do. You know, like especially like I said when it's the Tim Duncan year.
Yeah, there's arguments to both sides,
but I don't know. It's crazy, dude. And so that dude Adam Silver also mentioned that NBA expansion is on the way.
Oh god,
that European teams are closer than you think.
Oh
yeah,
closer.
No, yeah, dude. Well, not like in lengthwise because they're still way over there.
I was gonna say like Mexico close.
No. They're still very far. They're across the pond, if you will.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But yeah, he said that if NBA expansion occurred internationally, that they would play regular season and postseason games, which is kind of crazy, bro. That's
dude,
nuts.
so
we were just talking about this.
I know. So it's like, what if
dude, they have their hand on the pulse.
They do. We're
the pulse. Yeah. Dude, all right, I am at least. Know I'd be watching this shit.
If the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Liverpool whatever.
Well, Liverpool, not FC, BC, basketball club.
Oh, yeah. Liverpool, BC.
Liverpool, BC.
Are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you play 2-2. What is it? 2-2-1-1-1?
Yeah, I mean.
So let's say you play 7 games. That's a lot of flight.
Yeah, it's a lot of travel.
That's a lot of travel. And it's like, oh, we just finished the game. We got to get back on the plane.
You know how they did the bubble like for COVID?
Yeah.
Maybe they just do a bubble in the sky. Just Elon Musk helps somehow. There's just above the Atlantic Ocean.
We gotta get games on the moon.
Just like over the ocean, like
that's like some Pokemon
like
shit.
moving midway. Yeah, like hey, we'll meet you halfway, bro. Saddle up.
We'll meet you in the Atlantic, guys.
Yeah, dude. Or well, I'm just saying that's obviously a fucking joke,
right?
Shit,
right.
But I think
why don't you make?
Regardless, I don't think they care about the travel. Dude.
You ever watch Avengers?
No,
like no Marvel.
No.
Okay, so in Marvel, there's an underwater prison, and it's in the middle of the ocean. Just make a basketball court.
Underwater basketball arena.
Not underwater, but one that elevates above water, and you make it in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like the bubble, where it's like you have virtual fans, unless
but
want,
the bubble
like,
sucked, bro. The bubble was terrible.
Unless you want like only multimillionaires.
No,
because not everyone is going to be able.
Nobody's going to be able to go to these games.
Exactly, you're not.
And you have to have playoff games in the home city and away cities. You have to. That's what makes those games good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So they would eat whatever cost it takes to travel.
Yeah, but the cost of the plane.